Love is there if you want it, but I bet you don't want it like I do. Everybody gotta flaunt it. Make a silly lie up, how about two? And in my drunken stupor I fell over the store. 3 a.m. just hit the wall, realized that I lost you. I wanna see you stand here with me.
What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another XPlane video on all about status. I hope we're all doing well. Today we're flying out of the temporary grass runway, which would be at the Avalon Airport in Victoria, Australia. This runway is used predominantly when the Airshow is on for all the GA aircraft to be flying around the vicinity. So obviously the reason being that I'm doing a flight out of Avalon today is that the Australian International Airshow just wrapped up, and a bit of a selfish reason really. I wanted to fly this morning just to have a look at XPlane and how it looks in comparison to obviously Avalon in prepared 3D with the Orbix rendition of it, and also in real life. So just a quick sort of a circuit flight, I guess, just around the area. So I just got back from Avalon, just over 36 hours ago. Wonderful 3 days there. Saw plenty of sights and sounds. Very, very warm there. That was the only thing. I think we had 38 degrees centigrade for all 3 days. So it was, yeah, pretty exhausting. My body was certainly in recovery mode yesterday when I got back home. I saw some awesome sights. Not too much video this time. As you guys would have seen, I did a few videos 2 years ago on the Airshow. I didn't want to live through the lens this time. I wanted to enjoy it and sort of soak it in. I think last time I was too concerned about filming. In front of us, that would actually be Corio Bay and also Geelong, the city of Geelong. I've stayed out a few times. Terrible football team. Still getting used to the camera views in XPlane. I'm using X camera today. Still getting used to the configuration. Watched a couple of tutorials by the great man Oz Flight Simmer just to get a bit of an idea. So working through those things now. And the XPlane just continues to surprise me with how good the default scenery really is. I've got this happening. Sorry about that. Late afternoon, early evening, and it's a pretty good depiction of what it actually looks like. You've got the, I think they call the yin yangs over there. Correct me if I'm wrong, any Victorian viewers. Which is quite a sight in the distance when you're at the actual Avalon Airshow. Highlight for me there, obviously a few. Seeing the F-18 Hornets is always fantastic. 2 years ago I saw the F-35 for the first time. I wasn't overly impressed with it, but this time it's got a bit more of a demo, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Of having a dip in that ocean the other day. It was rather hot. Didn't have too much in the way of shade at Avalon, which didn't help. And the bits of shade that were present, everyone was fighting for. So fireworks show was amazing on Friday night. Probably one of the best ones I've ever seen, to be honest. They had quite a formation. We had the two FA-18s, the F-35 and the F-22 from the United States all do a flyby, which was quite a sight. It's like very unique. I don't think you'd see it every day. Heading over to those yin yans now. I'll bank to the right once we hit the mountain range and head in for landing. The Australian roulettes are changing their aircraft, so we got to see I think it's the PC-9s. I'm probably wrong. I'm terrible with aircraft names. For the last time, so the ones that they've been using for a long time are being retired, bringing in these new ones. So we got to see the old and the new, which was kind of cool. You may recall the roulettes video I did a couple of years ago as well. One of the disappointments was we were hoping to see the B-52 do a takeoff and perhaps a landing. Unfortunately, it just did a flyby later in the day, I think on the Friday from memory, and then apparently was heading back to Guam. Then I got inside word that they didn't make it to Guam. They actually turned back around and landed at Avalon later that night, and you can see the B-52s over in the distance on the southern end of the airport. We kept hoping that it was going to take off again, but it didn't occur. I did actually see a B-52 land in Darwin Airport. I think it was about 5 or 6, maybe 7 years old, and that's now based in a museum at the RAF base. And that was escorted in by 2 Phantoms, I believe, at the time. And it was something I wish I was a bit older to appreciate, but I certainly still remember it. If you're trying to get a few more videos out, I've got a real taste for flying at the moment, which is a good thing for this channel. I sort of lost it for a bit. As I mentioned, I've relocated probably about 12 months ago now to a new place. So I'm going to go back and get all my SciTech gear today from my old place and get it set up in the next few days. Looking at doing a bit of a tour around Japan. I've actually going to do a flight around Queenstown in New Zealand, so I might do a few more New Zealand flights because the scenery there is quite nice. But if there's anywhere in particular you'd like me to fly, I'm certainly open to suggestions. Just leave them in the comments down below. And obviously, if you're new to this channel, stick around. There's plenty of great content over the last well, almost 3 years, I guess. Yeah, stick around. Press that subscribe button, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. So we're coming to land now. I do apologise in advance if this landing isn't up to the usual standard. I don't know if there is a usual standard on this channel, but it's been a little while since I've been on XPlane, so... But as I said, I just wanted to check out Avalon and bring you guys with me, and I'm really impressed with the default scenery. I probably wouldn't look at enhancing it, really, unless there was something that was mind-blowing out there. But we are going to land on the main runway. And we'll get a look at the terminal. So to paint a picture, the crowd would have been, as you can see, the runway on the left-hand side as we look at it. Some grandstands, lots of static aircraft were present as well. A lot of walking. There's a lot of distance between the, I guess, the different sites at the Avalon Airshow. Wearing a Fitbit, I think I was registering around 20,000 steps a day, so I was feeling a bit sorry for myself later in the evenings. Been a while since I've flown a Cessna. Got to see a 747 Qantas land. They did a special, I think, promo flying from Sydney down to the Airshow, so I got to see that, which is a nice thing. I haven't seen one of them for a long time, obviously. They're not exactly something you see a lot of these days. I'm going to stay quiet for the landing now. I'll wrap it up once I've landed. And there we go, folks. Reasonable landing. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Just a quick tour, a bit of a story on how my weekend went at the Avalon Airshow. As I said, if you enjoyed this video, there's plenty of more content, including a couple of videos I took 2 years ago at the 2017 Airshow. Check them out. Also, I mentioned that I'll be doing some future content very soon, probably in the next week or so. So check that out as well. And thank you very, very much for watching. If you guys went to the Airshow and you want to sort of share your experiences, please leave them down in the feedback below as well. But that's pretty much it from me. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Love is there if you want it, but I bet you don't want it like I do. Everybody gotta flaunt it, make a silly lie up, how about to? And in my drunken stupor I fell over the stool.